you are on video. I want to thank Jason Fonger for being up here. He was up at 5 o'clock this morning to make sure he's capturing a full day. What happens over about a 14-hour day at the C3 James Dick Quarry. 30 seconds now.
5 o'clock in the morning, off to the quarry. Let's do this.
Jason, morning, how are things? Beautiful morning again at the quarry, about to open up. Quarry's no longer off limits today. Here we go.
What's it like getting up so early every morning for this?
Oh, this is awesome. It's the best time at the quarry is the early morning when the sun comes up. We do have a glorious morning here happening. It looks like we have a little bit of cloud cover, but there's enough where the sun rises. There's an opening there that we're actually going to see hopefully an orange ball come up, and it's going to light up all of this cloud here. It's going to be glorious this morning. I try to convince as many swimmers as possible that I meet to get here early in the morning and maybe take pictures, because it is something special here. So this is a one-way enter in. I'll set up the sign-in books here on the table. The sign-out book will be on the opposite side of the hut here, and the exit is actually all the way around. So people just make a continuous loop around. We have chairs socially distanced here as well. The partner in crime, Bob Nucky, just arrived. He's going to help open up. Good morning, Bob.
Bonjour, senors. Coffee.
There you go. I'll get you another.
That's how I wake up in the morning.
Our guests can trade in their membership card for a paddle, and then they get to use the equipment.
Okay, let's get these suckers open. Now they got their paddle boards. Let me clean these out so they don't get sandy feet. My personal change room too. Goodbye. All the loaner wetsuits, better than floaty pants. All our kayaks and paddle boards over here. And the water is like glass until 700 swimmers get in here.
That is glorious. It just cleared up as the sun's coming up. A perfect morning at the C3 Quarry.
And you're going to be the first one in.
So all this sand you see here was graciously donated by James Dick, the quarry guys just across the way. And it was truckloads and truckloads to make this beautiful beach area. So we've got a really nice swimming area here for the little ones. It's all roped off. They can play in here, build sandcastles. It's a safe environment for the little ones. And of course the swimmers going out.
Thirty seconds now. One loop around. This is the time you're going to set for your base for the rest of the summer. 3, 2, 1. They're off our inaugural 2021 C3 Old School Triathlon. This will be the new time set for future 6:03, 6:04.
The quarry's actually been super helpful for, I know, at least me and the other high performance athletes here. Just the unique experience we have, being able to swim open water pretty much whenever we want, every day. It's just, it's so cool. We get a ton of workouts here, get the open water feel. We have swim to bike bricks here, and every year it just keeps getting better and better. We just keep expanding it, and it just, it really has helped my training for sure.
For the grandmother from Mississauga, 10:45, 10:46. Great job. 71 years of age. So we've had some talent just coming out of the water.
circling around that 400 loop. And I think that you really dial in those things.
Hi, I'm Coach NIMO. I coach at the Richmond Hill Aquatic Club. We come and travel here 4 days a week to swim with this provincial group of 12 to 14-year-old swimmers, and we love the quarry. It gives us something different than the pool, and these swimmers gain a lot from being here, and we're very grateful to have this opportunity to be here during a time like this. Being able to come here 4 days a week, you know, in Canada, if you were a better athlete in the elite section, you got some pool time, but for these 12 and 13-year-olds, they don't have that opportunity. So to be able to come here as early as May to swim and feel like you're not being gapped by other swimmers in the world that have already reopened is a great experience for them, and it definitely boosts their confidence in a time where they're in their formative years. 12, 13-year-olds, if they don't get that activity that they get out of swimming and sport, it can sometimes be a very tough time to bounce back. So we're so grateful to, again, be able to have this place where they don't feel like they're falling behind.
Oh yeah, this one's inflatable and that one's like fun.
Can we come and hurt yourself?
Well, you're not necessarily going to hurt yourself if you fall properly.
How's it going, guys?
Hi. Hi. He's vlogging. Yo, what's up, vlog? Hi.
Hey.
I'm in the vlog.
We have a great paddling opportunity here. What you can do is get signed up with the family premium membership, which will give you access all summer long to paddleboards like these ones here. In addition to that, we do separate lessons. I'm the main instructor of those. You can do the paddle with Patrick sessions. At the beach, we have several different boating options. All of our boats here are non-motorized, but what we have to offer, pedal boat, first of all, so you use your legs like a bicycle. Great workout, fun time with the kids. Additionally, we have our kayaks here. We have single and two-seater kayaks, and it's a great way to work on some shoulder exercises and just relax on a flat water property. And additionally, we have, of course, the famous paddle boards. There's a paddle with Patrick, can't forget about that. And additionally, we have the small boards, which are more designed for kids, and we have paddles that are going to suit those who are taller as well as those who are short.
Oh, 105, 106. Oh yeah, this is peak fitness here. One of the biggest workout fitness areas in Canada. Oh, 1005. Oh yeah. Whew. Oh yeah, I need to refuel with some vegan protein. So this one's a good one for swimming. It's good for stability in the shoulders. Oh, and chest.
If Nico can do it, you're his big brother. You should be setting an example.
Once upon a time, there was a rumor out here that we do have a quarry monster. Way back then in the time, there was a floating device way out there. And then for the winter, we marked the floating device with a piece of styrofoam. So we could find the same position again for the following year. But then was a little problem. During the winter, and the snow was melting, the lake was rising. So the styrofoam was pretty much underwater, just about where you make the catch of the swim stroke. So when you swam around there, it was not surprisingly when all of a sudden you swam and you dream your way along, you touch the styrofoam and then your heart rate goes up. And that was the story about the quarry monster. It was a piece of styrofoam.
Is the quarry monster still out there?
No, it's not anymore out there. We are probably at one point the lake was so low, then people pulled it out. It's gone.
Hi, I'm Karen and I'm a paddleboard instructor here at the quarry, and I teach paddleboard yoga, and I also teach dogs and their owners to paddleboard as well. And you know, you can't have a better place than this to teach paddleboard classes. People love it, they feel safe, they feel taken care of, and the dogs love it too. So I just love being here. I always leave with a smile after a class.
I think it's wonderful. Second year down here as a coach with the Otters. The kids are having a great time, and it gives them a chance to do something they never get to do.
We're loving it. We have 48 kids here in 6 groups. The kids are really enjoying being back on the water, first of all. And you can't really beat this. Swimming outdoors is great. I would love being here. Thanks for having us.
Like 5 years.
They are, this is the bike that he's got.
Basically, we got a little workout here. As you can see, it's pretty much just 40 minutes of fun and enjoyment at 85 to 80% FTP.
Garrett Mason, FTP of 350.
That's a bit generous. It's a bit generous. We round up. That's what we do. We like to round up.
Once you get on the bike, it's steady, like a good 40-minute effort. 5 seconds. Pass these guys. 2, 1, let's go. Never to be seen again. I don't think I can catch him on my phone. After big
Gotta get the hair perfect. Yeah, no. Up in the bun.
Is this all part of transition?
Yes. This is the top 10 secrets a lot of Sanders doesn't want you to know about. 80% anyways.
Hey Carrie, you like swimming at the quarry?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's the best place to swim in Ontario.
Then we'll gauge.
How do you like swimming at the quarry?
Perfect. Beautiful friends, beautiful weather. Water's clean and warm. Great spot. Great coach. Great coach as well.
And when you're down, then you grab the hands of your partner and you push yourself back up.
You want her to pull herself back up after she's down.
That's correct. If we do that in the air, it doesn't feel anything because the air has to float. Just show some switch. You're focused on what's happening around you. You're focused on something else that is not yourself. And then, because we're out of our head, we're thinking something else, the time passes and the fear doesn't creep up as bad as sometimes. Don't carry the weight of the world on your shoulders and go all mechanical here because you want to go fast. Be very loose, very assertive on how you grab the water and connect with it and follow through, but make sure that you are grabbing water and don't lose every time. 20 strokes like that, 10 strokes very easy. Swimmers, ready! It is probably the best place to swim in southern Ontario. I do believe that there's many advantages. It's not as sexy as swimming in Lake Ontario, but on the other hand, the water temperature doesn't change too much overnight. It's always constant. We have the buoys, we have the courses set up. Everything is set up to do a really good training plan over the entire season. I don't believe that there is any place better than this.
What a wonderful gift we have here at the quarry. It's especially in these times. It's been wonderful to have this as an outdoor facility. I can remember when it was a simple little road down to a guard tower down at the beach, and we've transformed it through Barrie's vision a little bit year after year into this wonderful facility. We're able to help out people in the community. What a great gift from James Dick to let us do this and to allow us to have this in our neighborhood.
Spectacular to be on this beach when we know where it began. Almost 20 years ago now, when we look back, it was this thing that had been used for so many years to help build roads, hospitals, all the product that came out of the water behind me, you know, to build the industry around the province. And suddenly when it comes to the end of its lifespan, often these things are, you know, looked at something that people complain about. Well, we had the luxury that Greg Sweetenham and James Dick Quarry all realized that there was value in these young athletes. And so the little white trailer that's at the far side right now of this quarry, if you take a look, there was no beach, there was no buildings, there were no driveway, there was no change room, there were no lane ropes, there were no swim buoys. We literally just swam from the beach to the far side of that white trailer and back. And we would do that 3 or 4 times, and that was literally the entire experience. And after we finished, we locked the gate and left. And we started to realize over a couple of years that parents would say, look, you know, my younger kids would love to swim and we'd love to maybe come and paddle and so forth. So it became obvious that we had this beautiful resource that was being underutilized. And so with tremendous help from James Dick, Greg Sweetenham, Craig Kennedy, the C3 board, our great sponsors like Benson and Royal and Kinetico, Nouveau Iron, they all came together and said, look, this is a community resource, let's build it up. So we bought swim buoys and more lane ropes and lifeguards and built the infrastructure. And as they say, if you build it, you know, they will come. So initially it was for a few elite triathletes to train in, and that was it. Looked selfish to only have that used a few hours a week. So as we started to expand, it really became down to an issue of what do we have to do to be safe, to have enough lifeguards here, to have enough resources that are parking spaces and so forth. So this has been one of those little kind of overnight successes that take 20 years. You know, people always go, wow, that just happened overnight, and they don't realize that it's been 20 years in the making. And so now to look, just as the sun starts to come up at about 5:30, Carm and Bob Nucky, our 2 legends, are up at 5:30, 5:45 in the morning, open the gate, and they're the welcome crew. And there's a whole population of people who never see this quarry past 8 o'clock in the morning. They come, they have their great swim, their great paddle. It's the only time of the week that you can bring your dogs out. So people bring their dogs out in the morning and get that great time kind of between 6 and 8 o'clock. And then they head off to work or back home to take care of the kids or whatever else goes on. And then the next population come in. The swim teams start to come in, and fantastic swim teams from the region. And the best thing that ever happened to C3, quite honestly, it sounds bizarre, is COVID, because as pools were closed, swim teams took up, hey, you know, maybe we'll go check out that quarry. And when they got here, they realized this is a way better place to spend a summer than a chlorinated, kind of hot, stinky pool. And so this became a great place and is a great place for swim team after swim team. So Georgetown is here, the Dorado swim team is here, the Orangeville Otters are here, looking at teams from Richmond Hill. And it's great to have all of these young kids doing all their beautiful swim strokes right out in front of us. So we have lane ropes set up that are 50 meters long. So it resembles what a 50-meter Olympic pool looks like, only when you're doing backstroke, you don't see the ceiling, you look at a cloud. So it might be a little bit of a different reference, and maybe there aren't some flags to look at as you're getting towards the end of the wall. But and then as noon comes, people who come at lunch hour to get their swim in. Then swim lessons. Allison's done a brilliant job with swim lessons with young kids who are coming, and mom gets to sit with a cup of coffee, or dad gets to sit with a book up by the car, and the kids get a great swim lesson. So the swim lessons have been very, very popular. The ability to get onto a paddleboard and just go around. We have 5 kilometers if you follow the circumference of this incredible quarry, and it's 30 feet deep. So we never have to worry about that problem that some of these places have, where they get all green and scuzzy in the summertime and hot, and the water gets kind of bad for your eyes and ears. We have perfect drinking water. It's spring fed. It's fantastic. It stays about 21, 22 degrees Celsius all summer long. And so we have the best of all worlds. It's big enough that you can enjoy it. It's small enough that we can control it and be safe. We've got, you know, a great culture now of these families that come. They pick up their garbage. They're watching out for each other's kids. The paddleboarders get out there and enjoy their stuff. And so it's lovely for me to see my wife, who loved paddleboarding, create a paddleboard yoga class. Caron was a yoga teacher who loved to paddleboard, and so here's this beautiful water. And so people come out 3 or 4 times a week, not just to paddleboard, but some cases to paddleboard and have yoga as well. McGill, our phenomenal swim coach, we're so blessed. He's one of less than 60 people in the entire world that have ever done the 57 kilometers from Niagara-on-the-Lake to Maryland Bell Park across Lake Ontario. Some years nobody makes it. He did it in just over 17 hours. And so to have a class, world-class coach take care of our athletes, help them. He's here on Tuesday mornings and Monday and Wednesday nights and Saturday mornings and Sunday afternoons. And so everyone on this beach, all of our athletes have improved. The coaches have improved just because of being in the ambience of McGill and his brilliance, etc. So when we look at the swim coaches, the paddleboard coaches, the swim lesson coaches, our great staff with Patrick and Allison and Garrett, and you know, they just know that they're here to be service. I mean, your service is to make sure people come to the quarry, have a great time, it's safe, it's clean, they get a paddleboard that's ready for them, or a kayak, and when the day ends, the kids go home, they got sand up their bathing suit bums, they've got their toes, you know, filled with sand, the car's filled with sand. And that's the way summer should be for kids, you know. And parents are sending me emails saying, this is spectacular, we don't have to drive, you know, all the way up to Collingwood or to Wasaga Beach. We have this beautiful thing right, you know, in the middle of Caledon. And so we've taken something that gave the province roads and bridges and ability to build, you know, all that stuff that sand and gravel creates. After 50 years, now it's giving a nice life after, you know, those 50 years. And so to be able to look across, and all the product that's over there comes from another quarry, we can see that all that important part is still going on, but we are on our safe side. It's beautiful. We can see industry right next to recreation. And inside this location are world-class athletes. It's not just the recreational moms and dads and kids swim lessons. We literally have had people who've gone to the Sydney Olympics, to the Athens Olympics, and won gold medals in both of those events. Andrew York, who lives about 8 kilometers from this quarry, went to the Rio Olympic Games. Dami Jimanicki, who trained here the last 2 summers, is heading off to the Tokyo Olympic Games. And so, you know, high performance can live here and inspire kids. And so for me, it's just wonderful to see that, you know, from the time the sun comes up until the sun goes down, somebody's enjoying this wonderful beach and quarry in their own way. And that is just such a community jewel. And C3 is just blessed to be the caretaker of this wonderful facility, but we realize how lucky we are to be here.